Hey guys, what is up and welcome to another episode of Did You Know featuring Wukong. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to throw in a like to let me know, and on top of that, it helps me quite a bit, but without any further ado, let us jump straight into his abilities. Wukong's passive, which grants him extra armor and magic resistance based on how many nearby enemy champions there are, will not work if you have no vision of the champion, aka a champion that is stealth or a champion that walks into a brush while it is not warded. However, it will work with clones such as LeBlanc's passive. As you can see here, second her clone gets popped, I have even more armor than when it is just LeBlanc alone. As you can see here again, it went back to the normal state. If Wukong happens to use his clone as Vi targets him with his ultimate, Vi will actually go straight to him himself while he is invisible and completely disregard the clone. This is really important to remember when facing such a champion. On the contrary, a Fiora ultimate will actually keep attacking the clone even though he uses his W, but there's a chance that she will attack you every now and then if you are too close to your clone while she's whacking away at it. Wukong's Q ability can critically strike, however the critical damage will work as any normal auto attack crit rather than amplifying the damage on the crit by the extra damage that the Q provides. AKA the Q damage does not affect the crit damage. It is important to remember that Wukong's Q gives him 125 bonus range. This is really important because you can use this to harass in lane very effectively and even use it on a running opponent when your auto attack is out of range. Wukong's ultimate is an amazing tool to use against enemy opponents, and keep in mind that while you are active and spinning through all of your enemies, you can use summoner spells such as Flash, Ignite, and even Exhaust. You can even use items, however Tiamat and Hydra seem to be an exception as it does not proc while you are middle ulti, but other items like Youmuu's will work with this ultimate while you are channeling it, so keep this in mind. Did you know that Wukong's clone still acts as a champion as opposed to something like Zag's blobs? This means that if you use this clone to absorb something like an Ash Arrow, it will work rather than just going right through it. There is a neat trick that most Wukong players like to do as this champion with his clone ability when they are being chased by enemy champions, and this is running and then pressing S to instantly stop, making it seem like you used your W when in fact you didn't. Keep in mind that Wukong's clone will not show buffs such as red or blue, nor will it show any form of ultis on you such as maybe a Mordekaiser ultimate. Wukong is a really solid champion when it comes to pushing turrets because his Q will affect it, dealing massive damage. On top of that, you can use his E on the nearby minions to get more attack speed just so you can whack away at that turret even faster. A typical combo with Wukong in lane is to E in auto attack, instantly Q to reset the auto attack, and then you can either keep whacking away at your target or you can use W to retreat without taking any damage. Did you know that Wukong's ultimate potentially has the highest AD ratio of any skill, because if you hit someone for the full duration, it will amount to about a 4.8 AD ratio on the ultimate. Alright, enough about his abilities, let us jump into some really cool facts and lore about Wukong. Did you know that Wukong means, in Chinese, awakening to emptiness? Wukong was voiced by Spike Spencer. He is someone who is very popular because he has voiced numerous amounts of other animes, games, and even been on radio talk shows. Did you know that Wukong is based off of Sun Wukong, who is said to be the protagonist in a Chinese novel named Journey to the West? For any of you Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z fans out there, Wukong in Japanese is said to be Goku, and Sun Wukong is Sun Goku. And Goku is inspired from the legend of Wukong as they both rode a Nimbus Cloud, both are Monkey Kings, and both use an enlarged staff. On top of that, Wukong's passive, Stone Skin, can be based off of the fact that Sun Wukong being born from a stone and being born from Earth itself. This is also shown because he turns to stone whenever he dies within the game. Apparently, Wukong is the first champion to have an animated gameplay preview on Riot's YouTube page. Click on the annotation on this video right now to go to that video. Wukong's joke is him extending his rod, which is also based off of the fact that Sun Wukong's rod, Ruyi, can do the same thing. Volcanic Wukong is a possible reference to the Journey of the West's prequel story, Havoc in Heaven, as where Wukong got locked in a cauldron for many days, distilled by sacred flames, and once he was released, he was actually stronger than ever rather than dying. Classic Wukong's Chinese artwork shows him fighting a water dragon, which is shown in both of the Jade dragon skins. This might be a reference to a character's mount being swallowed in the Journey to the West story, and as a result of this, Wukong had to fight this dragon. Jade Dragon Wukong seems to be wearing Chinese jade, probably hence the name Jade Dragon Wukong, which is commonly carved in the form of a dragon. Did you know that Wukong was apparently trained by Master Yi in the art of Wuzhu? Wukong was also introduced to the League of Legends by Master Yi in hopes of finding worthy opponents. And here's another pretty interesting one. So we all know and love Doran for making Doran's blades, shields, and rings. You know, probably being very rich from that as well. However, did you also know that he made Wukong's staff? Alright, and that unfortunately marks the end of this episode of Did You Know featuring Wukong. Please do not forget to throw in a like if you really enjoyed this episode, because it really helps me quite a lot. Also, if you have any ideas on who I should do next, please write it in the comments. As you can see, this one was actually suggested by a viewer in the previous episode of Udio, which I recommend checking out as well. But nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will definitely see you next time. Peace!